Hey everyone, it's Bitch Ngok. Today, I'm excited to guide you through the simple process of growing potatoes, one of my absolute favorite crops to cultivate. It's such a fun experience since the magic happens beneath the soil. You never really know what you'll uncover until it's harvest time. Right now is ideal for planting, as potatoes thrive in cooler spring weather. The first thing you want to do is find a sunny spot. 6 to 8 hours of sunlight is a must, but if possible, aim for full day exposure to really boost their growth. To get the best results with potatoes, I recommend planting them in raised beds. This gives you more control over the soil quality and avoids the hassle of dealing with heavy, compacted earth. Next up, it's time to add some starter fertilizer. Potatoes really thrive in nutrient-rich soil, so while you're prepping, it's the perfect moment to mix some in. I'm using Espoma's organic biotone and simply sprinkling it over the surface, then gently working it in. Potatoes prefer a soil pH around 5 to 6, but they're quite adaptable and should still yield a solid harvest. If your soil is highly alkaline, it's a good idea to mix in a little sulfur to help lower the pH. Your potatoes will thank you for it. Next, let's get your seed potatoes ready. You'll notice small shoots coming out, which are called eyes. If you have smaller potatoes, like this one here, you can plant them whole since it has just one eye. But if you've got larger potatoes with multiple eyes, you'll want to cut them into smaller pieces to make the most of your crop. After cutting your larger potatoes into pieces, like I've done here, let them dry out for a day or two. This allows the cut surface to heal, which helps prevent rotting. Just make sure each piece has 1 or 2 strong eyes. Now for the fun part, planting. Like to dig trenches about 4 to 6 inches deep, and I space the potatoes about 8 to 12 inches apart, eye spacing up. In raised beds, I tend to plant them a bit closer together, but in larger spaces, they can be spread a little further apart. Your watering schedule will depend on the climate you live in. In milder climates, you may not need to water as frequently. Right now, since it's spring and the temperatures are cooler, I can usually go 10 to 14 days between waterings. I just keep an eye on the soil to make sure it's not too wet, as we don't want our potatoes to rot. Eventually, this bed will be hooked up to a more consistent watering system, but for now, regular monitoring works well. You'll know it's time to harvest, but since these Yukon Gold potatoes are 100-day varieties, I can expect to dig them up in about 100 days. It's always helpful to mark the date on your calendar as a reminder. And that's it for today. Everyone, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to keep an eye out for more tips, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.